finally.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work. We're gonna make it. Let's do it.
I think people will see this afterwards because we've been like pressing the live button all the time.
They're gonna ask,
So
what's
Florian,
going on? What's going on? What are you doing?
so Florian, thanks for having this conversation, this live, this collaboration. Actually, I've been noticing. Yeah, we met at Azure Tennis, and then I saw your profile, and I mean, it really stands out. You know, I mean, I could say screw the classes and screw all of that, but it's just the way you are, you know, pursuing whatever your project is. You know, taking people up in every step of the way, basically, and showing what the process is for you. That's what like really interested me and stuff. And it's on that basis that I see a lot of value. And then I was like, okay, it'll be a really good chance to, you know, like collaborate with you actually with, you know, because it's something similar that I'm also pursuing in a way, not as a coach, but as a player, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would like to start the conversation with like, tell me about your history with the game. When did you start? What age? Everything.
Yeah, so thanks for having me too. 12 years old.
Yeah.
I started playing tennis first with my mom and my brother because we were playing the three of us together. My mom was playing on the court, taking lessons, like doing tournaments.
Okay.
She was playing a lot, you know. From my grandma, like it's a family stuff. Like most of people who play tennis,
That's just beautiful.
It's kind of coming from, you know, the background.
Yeah.
So this is where we started. Around 12 years old, I started taking courses.
Yeah.
First, I wanted to take just to play, like enjoy myself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like to go to tournaments, even if it went well.
Yeah.
I played the first year and I became 31, we called it in France.
It's complicated to explain it to the, like, honestly speaking, like everybody, even me, I took like 4 years to understand what is this ranking based actually. And then now to explain to people, it's like, okay, we'll just go past it. It's like,
okay. So I'm 13 years old. You're not going to become pro by being 31.
In the 31 category.
It's good, like you know how to play tennis. Mm-hmm. Not that good, but you know how to play. Yeah. So this is what happened, and I was pretty proud of it. As I was only 13, it was only 1 year at the game, mm-hmm. and I played like a lot. They called me the mini Rafa.
Oh, that's a good title to have, actually.
Sorry?
That's a good title to have.
Yeah. I was kind of proud of, and I was playing with it. Like I was playing with the Marcel, you know?
Ah,
the shirt without,
the sleeves.
Like the pantalon, we call it in France, like the long shorts.
Yeah.
Same as Nadal. Like I was like identical. I wasn't having the hair, but I was quite being like this, like hard time. I was running a lot, like.
Around which year was this around actually?
It was around like 20 years ago. So in 2005.
2004. Okay, that's the period of like the shoot of Nadal. So I think you also would have had that you know, remember that famous Nike t-shirt, the sleeveless orange one with that big Nike logo back? I think you would have had that as well.
That's what it was, the game, you know. And I was playing in France, but not on. I was playing on hard court.
Okay.
Not even on clay. Yeah. But I don't know. It was the deal, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I played for a few years. Yeah. Until I was 18. Then I stopped. I had to stop because I moved a lot.
Okay.
I traveled a lot because of my father. He was in the army.
Okay.
So I stayed in a few islands like Martinica for 5 years,
okay.
New Caledonia for 6 years,
okay.
and Tahiti for 5 years.
Okay.
So that was kind of my life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So at 18, I stopped.
So it's more like also tennis. You had that like the pro travel kind of a thing, you know, like you're just like moving everywhere.
Yeah. But for 5 years, you know, it's quite a long time for a tournament.
Yeah.
But I played in a lot of different area, and that was amazing. I could travel. So, and at 18, I moved to New Caledonia, for 5 years, where I started to work.
Okay.
Because I quit studying when I finished with my degree. I don't know what you call that, the baccalaureate in English.
You can just say like your bachelor's, basically.
Yeah,
Your bachelor's, like
so
the one after high school or something.
Yeah, exactly. I finished high school. I graduate. Then I stopped a little bit for a couple of years to make money, buy a car, rent a place, live my life,
Yeah.
After that, I decided to move to Australia. So for 3 years, I lived there and I get back to my study. I did a degree into project management. And I feel the court a bit better because I was in Melbourne. So every year I went to the Australian Open, you're thinking about it. Yeah, like, I would like to play back still, even if I wasn't that good.
Like tennis has, I would say tennis has this thing, that it just brings you back.
Like taking your guts,
Yeah.
It's like,
I'll tell you why, because it's one thing is that I think it demands like such a thing from you, and then when you've touched it, you don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
Even if you had the worst time on the court, it still feels like you'll wake up and then you just want to take the racket and go back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the night put you back on it.
Exactly.
I was like dying few couples of weeks ago. I lose a really stupid match, which was really hard for me because the guy was lower than me. He was playing at the back court all the time. He wasn't moving away.
Oh, this was the match today, I believe. This was the match that you're playing today that I saw the stories.
I wish. This one was a bit better, I think. I realized a bit better. But yeah, like a week ago, it was hard time. And I was like, I should quit. Well, what the fuck, how can I go on court and play like this?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't take any pleasure, like anything. And then the morning after it, I was like, hey, let's go to the court. I want to play and listen. I was like, no, I'm fucking addicted. Like, it's crazy. That's the issue. That's the issue every tennis player has.
It's tennis. It's tennis. I don't find that in, I've played a lot of sports, but the thing that brings you back, it's for me, I've gone through the extremes with tennis, actually. I started when I was 6 and, I rose up, and the thing was so India is a tough place to grow up when you're a tennis player, basically. We don't have this facility like France or any other country, first of all. Our clay courts are usually, when I grew up, I don't know now, it's been a while I've been back, but our clay courts are like white sand, like the sand from the beach. Yeah. No, literally they take that beach sand up and they make the courts out of it. Those were the clay courts. Okay. And
just sliding on it.
Oh man, it just slide. You don't stop. You slide and then you reach to the next court. That's how it
there on the next one.
Exactly.
You start from court 1, you finish on court 4.
And the balls will just slip up. It's not even like the red clay, it just slip up and it goes off in the air.
The slide's gonna be amazing there, slap.
Yeah. So that's the thing. For us, that's why, I don't like to say this, but it's the reality because of how we grew up, because of the surfaces and the infrastructure we had. We didn't even have the resin courts. We had cement courts at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hard one.
This is not even the one, the porous cement. No, this is slide cements. All right. So this is serve and volley.
And they do some paint on it and that's the courts.
Exactly. Those were the courts that I grew up in. And that's why our hands are so good as Indians. That's the tag that we have.
You have no choice.
Exactly. Because we don't play, because we are not in that infrastructure that brings us to play rallies,
Yeah.
So we have to play a big serve. We are guys who play big serves, Indians. We play, slices a lot. That's why our hands are really good. That's why you have the greats like Leander Paes, Mahesh Bhupati, all of these guys. If you see Leander, the way he volleys, it's I haven't seen anybody volley in my life of tennis volleying like that.
This. Yeah.
So, it's regardless of how hard you hit. Exactly. So easy, efficient, and then he intimidates you with that, and then boom,
Yeah.
So, basically, I rose up into the ranking. So in India, we don't have this 31 or 4, that. It's just about, you have the 400s and 300s and stuff. So even, we have the under 14s and we have the under 18s, under 16s and then men's. And the problem is that when you cross each age category, you have to start from zero. So for example, I would say, yeah, it does, like, we didn't have a ranking that goes till the men. So it's like a kid, if he starts on a 31, then he grows up, he's like, it stays for life, basically, till the time he plays. But in India, we didn't have that. So in under 14, you had just that ranking in the 14s. You didn't have that ranking when you grow up.
Okay, but could you play under 14 and under 18 like at the same time if you were good? Okay.
Yeah, so you had like you had the validity to play just 2 age categories, basically, not 3.
Okay.
So you could play like a 14 and an 18 in that way. And I started playing like the nationals 14 by the time I was 8-9 years old. So by the time I grew up, so I already like came up to like top 20s and stuff. And by the time I was like 11 or 12, I was supposed to, I was at that right spot where the older guys would go off, and then you had the jump to like the top 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's when I tore my ligament.
Okay.
Like 11-year-old, like I had a big serve at that point. Like I was a little more stronger and powerful for my age category.
Yeah.
And I think we are the same age, probably. So you're 91, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. There we go. So, yeah. So basically, I had like, because it was on that tournament where like, okay, I had that confidence because I had a good run and I was supposed to go win that national tournament. And then I'm playing this guy and then I could not, like even this was bad. I was like, 12 years old at that time?
Yeah.
And it was like a tournament of like 3-4 weeks at a go. It was supposed to be. So then I'm like, okay, I had to cut it short, come back home. My doctor saw like MRI stuff and he's like scared, like shit, what's happened? And then he saw the MRI.
Where was the tournaments?
Sorry?
Where was it? In India still?
In India. So like
okay.
For me, I never got out of India by the time I was 26.
Okay.
So it's like, like all my life with tennis and everything was in India, and it's
okay.
And for us Indians, it was always hard to like, okay, first of all, experience good tennis, Yeah. At that time, international tournaments weren't that much compared to now. They are a little more actually. And for us, it's always from the TV. So I'm a Sampras guy, by the way, because of my brother. For life.
Fair enough. I'm a Federer one.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm the little one. I took the younger one.
Yeah. No, I would say this because of my dad. My brother is that he's 5 years older to me. So he started tennis before me. And this is where like I got the influence of him and him playing tennis, and then like seeing Sampras. Oh, by the way, I cried when Federer defeated Sampras. I saw that whole match because that was supposed to be Sampras' 8th Wimbledon. But anyway, what it is. I got my revenge in 2019.
I won't judge you. You have the right to cry.
I would say like I got my revenge in 2019. I know people will be like hating me for this, but anyway.
It's okay. For you, it's fine.
Thank you. So,
the
injury turns out to be a rotator cuff tear. I tore it's one of the ligaments that joins the ball and socket. So it's one of those ligaments, and usually people who are like at 30 years old, like our age, will have that injury. But I was 12 years old and I already had that injury, and my doctor was like, really scared. So I had to go to a second opinion and stuff. So then I had to do a surgery. And at that time, it was supposed to be it was an open surgery, and it wasn't like the arthroscopic as well. The arthroscopic has faster healing rate, but the open has a longer. So I lost like 1 year in the recuperation.
Without any. Okay.
Yeah. So from top 20, I just like bounced down to 400,
Yeah, okay.
But like we spoke, tennis brings us back.
Yeah. You had to back.
Because this is the thing my doctor asked me that, Shiva, you can go without operation, no doubt, but you cannot like force yourself or push yourself up ahead in tennis. But if you are looking at doing it, as a career or as you want to go pro or something, and it's still, and that thing still is there in me, even my approach of what I'm doing with my tennis, it's still there, okay, I want to do the best I can, all that. We'll come to that a bit later. I was like, yeah, doctor, go ahead. I wouldn't mind. I want to go for it. And then, then bum, surgery, gone. Come back. I lost the age category by the time I recuperated,
Yeah.
So the under 18s and stuff, I could bounce to like the top 50, but then yeah, couldn't continue because of, various reasons, and like life happens. We can just say that.
It's really hard when you get older. When you don't make it young, it's really hard to keep doing it because we studied and everything in life,
Exactly. And I just found that to be not fair in one way, It's, I mean, I've seen, for me, what my project as well is with the Monster Rider and stuff is also
5-3 for me. I have 2 points